Yes, you said that the idea of ADD is not aimed at the 2019 elections. But yet, your focus seems to be towards the 2019 elections. How do you divorce those two?
Well, the ADD is not limited to 2019. Okay?
So what's the plan? What's the big plan for the ADD now? You want parties, correct me if I'm wrong, you want parties to tally with you to make decisions better for the Nigerian people. Am I right?
Yes.
In doing that, what are the steps that you intend to take, one after the other, such that the Nigerian people see ADD as that third force, if you will?
No. No. The ADD will evolve what will become a third force. Okay? And we are not saying that can be done in 2 weeks. It won't be done in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we are hoping that the genuine part of that 68 presidential candidate people, okay, will form a loose alliance, a confederation, where I don't have to step down for anybody, okay? But of course, some of them are agreeing to step down for themselves, and then they go into this election to maximize the outcome for their group. And if they believe in the defense of democracy and they're genuinely into this project for the better Nigeria, then now they will work under ADD for the next maybe 3 years, and something else can evolve, which will now provide and present to Nigeria the true alternative. And it cannot evolve in the way we have done it today.
And that is still going to be a political party?
Yes.
At the end of the day,
yes,
it's a political party. So do you have a membership now? How many members do you have?
For ADD?
Yes.
Well, the ADD at the moment, the different parties, about maybe 8, 9 different parties, about 3 civil societies. Professor Kila has details of that. And they're going to hold a mass rally to protest some of the things going on in Nigeria by next week. Okay? But the main job here is we are going back to the drawing board. You remember something? When NIM 1 year ago, or slightly more than 1 year ago, NIM had already registered over 10 million people. CMN, which is the one that Obasanjo brought, okay, which was an error, okay, that was to reinforce NIM, but instead he tried to stand by itself. That is the coalition movement for Nigeria, okay. They also registered about maybe 7 million people. But we didn't do the correct thing. We now want to do the correct thing, go back to the drawing board, give ourselves another 4 years, okay, to be able to tap the correct people. You see, this last one, we were only looking for some big politician who will bring money.
Is that where the NIM got it wrong? Looking for a big politician?
No. At the end of the day, all of us who wanted an alternative only looked for big people come and fund it.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
But we should go back to the old NIM.
Is that where you got it wrong?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's why we lost it.
So the new thinking now is to evolve a new crop of politicians,
yes,
and then put them into political parties to run for office?
Yes.
Is that the plan?
That will not take us 2 weeks. That will take us 3, 4 years. 1 year ago, they did a survey. Who will you want to vote for, PDP or APC? 53% of them said, no, I don't know. They repeated it, it became 64%. And every time new people come up to become electorate that will vote, who never voted before. And each time we keep looking for those who voted before, those who collected 5,000 naira to vote, they will collect 5,000 naira again.
So okay? let me ask you this.
Yes.
Generally, it'll seem like the political class has failed Nigerians, has failed the electorate.
And
the political class continually fails the electorate.
Yes.
And it seems like the politician is generally uninterested. Well, they are more interested in what they want than what the people want. Now, this is perhaps largely because most of the time the political class does what they feel is right for the people without essentially carrying the people along. Is that correct?
That is correct.
If that is correct, what should be done? I don't say what are you going to do. What should be done differently? Because if the electorate is not involved in the process ab initio, it's you doing something. Yeah. That's the way it's always been.
That is what we try to do but fail to do. Okay? For instance, if I spend 1 billion naira to get the ticket of my party, and I know the 1 billion naira was distributed to people, and then I spent another 10 billion naira to win the election, maybe as a senator or something, you don't expect me to start doing things correctly. Okay? First, I don't owe anybody, and there is no way I can behave or pretend as if I owe anybody. That is what we have been seeing. The actions of the politicians that failed Nigeria is in order. It is what happened, is how they got to where they were. Sometimes I saw them in the House of Assembly, or the National Assembly, fighting with cutlasses and hitting themselves with dangerous weapons.
Cutlasses?
And chairs. And I laughed. They said that's how they won their tickets. You come there and marshal people, and people run away.
I've never seen that kind of chaos. I've not seen that chaos.
If you did that to get to Assembly, okay, Professor Adeyeye Shola is my friend. We are not in the same party. He told me his personal experience. He went to vote, okay, when he was in House of Representatives. He went to vote, and they chased him into the bush.
Oh, okay. This chase is at the election point,
yeah,
not in the National Assembly.
In the National Assembly, they fight with chairs.
Okay, that's a different.
But you know, so if I say dangerous weapon, you don't expect bringing nuclear something there. But those who fight with money, dirty tricks, stabbing people, macheting them to get the ticket, you don't expect anything good from them.
But you know,
to zone on your own point, sir, we want to do it differently. It has to be done differently. You can't be doing the same thing. And you can't do it differently in 1 month. You can't do it differently in 1 year.
So it has to be over 4 years.
That is yes.
But
so let us give it a thought. Let us build another party, okay, which will be built by these 53%, 63% that we are looking at, okay. The corrupt politician can come in there. Because I asked Chief Olufalaye, won't you take an armed robber to this party? He said, yes, we will take it. But he must stop being an armed robber moment he goes.
But that's the same thing. That's the same thing that is being argued between the APC and the PDP today. Those that have defected from the PDP to the APC or the other way are still politicians who have at some point perpetrated some misconduct.
We must look for alternative to that. There's
so
no difference, there's no difference between APC and PDP.
Hold on. That means there won't be any difference between APC, PDP or ADD at the end of the day. Since you're going to be accepting people who are alleged to be criminals in your party, and then you say that they should stop being criminals after being admitted by your party. No, and at the end of the day, it's the same scenarios that have played out at the PDP and the APC.
It's not the same. It will not be allowed to be the same, okay? Because when a criminal then joins the platform, okay, because in politics you want as many people as possible, and if I can say something in Yoruba, Bara Edasibi, that's what you do in the politics, not Bara Edasong, okay? You don't throw people away. But they're not going to come there and say we are the leaders, we are the this.
But Dr. Agunloye, let me ask you, if the SDP has not been able to achieve this over time, what makes you think that ADD will achieve it?
ADD is not a party. SDP
but ultimately,
ADP is an alliance of parties, and an alliance of parties which includes civil societies, okay? Which means people who are interested in the political outcomes, but without being part of it in the partisan way, okay? So, and then it has to be planned exactly for that. And I also believe that the SDP will play a very important role in this. We did play a very important role in COP, but it failed, Okay?
Before we take our break, some have argued that we need a new kind of democracy in order to be able to evolve a new kind of politics. Okay. Some people believe that the kind of democracy that we have now is not ours. So we need to domesticate, we need a homegrown democracy, one that we can adapt to fit our environment, our society. What's your take on that?
That is talking about the system itself.
Yes.
There's some sense in that, but this is not rocket science. Our people must just stop stealing money. Our leaders must stop being criminals. Okay? And if you look at it, that's one single thing. Once a criminal, corrupt practice happens somewhere, it goes down all the line. And that's it.
Is this government not stopping the stealing?
Is what?
Is this government not stopping the stealing?
This government is not stopping it. And you can see because when one of their leaders was asked, how do you institutionalize this your fight against corruption? And he said, we have built a new office, we have new equipment. So, which means that basically, he's not in tune with the concept. And then, what I know, because I served under Uncle Bola when he was Minister of Power and Steel. What we show by example alone is important. There's one money that they give to minister every weekend. Uncle did not take his own. Every weekend, when ministers go home, they give 2 million naira. Once Shimbola did not take his own, the Minister of State could not take his own, the Permanent Secretary could not take his own, me as ordinary SA could not take my own.
All right, it's a good place to leave it. So clearly, they've got some job of work to do, and we wish you all the best. We've been speaking with Dr. Agunloye, who is the Chairman, Contact and Mobilization of Alliance for Defense of Democracy, ADD. He's a former Minister of Power and Steel and former Minister of State for Defense and Navy. We'll be back in a moment and turn our attention to another matter entirely. Don't go away.